Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to our webinar today. I can see everyone hopping in. Welcome. Our guest today really doesn't need a big introduction. It's Ashley Hagen. She's a superstar at webinars and online content and helping teachers learn how to build their business. And we are so happy to have Ashley here. So I'm not going to hold you up too much because I know that Ashley is who you've come to see. But just let us know that the chat is working. Tell us in the chat where are you tuning in from, and do you currently have a membership that you're working on or that you're about to get started? We would love to know about that. So drop your answers in the chat, and I'm just going to run through our housekeeping. So throughout this session, where Ashley's going to share a ton of brilliant information, drop your questions in the chat. Ashley will get to them, or I will pick them up and read them out. Every single link that we share is going to come out via email as soon as we can get the webinar uploaded. So if you have to hop off early, you'll be able to see that. We're going to share a great discount on Offering Tree for being here today through Ashley. And Ashley has a great resource to share too.
Yes. How exciting. Thank you so much. This is going to be so good. So take some notes.
Cool. I'm going to give you our elevator pitch on Offering Tree, which if you're part of Ashley's community, you've probably heard about us already. But Offering Tree is an all-in-one software online platform that can support every element of your wellness business, from memberships all the way through to scheduling classes, booking one-on-one appointments, sending out emails, blog writing, all of the above, just all of it. And yes, you can see on the screen there, and I will drop the link in the chat. If you aren't familiar with Ashley's link, it is right there. So without further ado, I'm going to stop my share. I'll check in on the chat, see who we've got in there.
Yeah. And I'm going to start mine. Must have membership content. But it's fun to watch the chat too. There was a lot of people who have a baby membership who want to improve, or someone who has 4 memberships, and someone who's dreaming about a membership. So lots of different membership stages. Trying to build one, a little stuck. Okay. Yeah, Mary, we can work together. All right.
Follow her from Hawaii. I love it. Thank you, everybody. Okay, Ashley, I'm going to
mute. Let's take it away. Okay, let's get to it. So I know there's going to be questions that come up. Ask them in the chat. And if for some reason I can't get to them right now, because it might be too big of a topic, it's something that we can maybe talk about later, or reach out to me at a different point. But let's get to the actual training, because it's a lot of good stuff. And we have an hour or so, just under an hour now. And I don't know how long this actually is, but I want to give you as much as I can in the time that we have. So if you don't have a membership yet, that is okay. If you do have a membership, awesome. We're looking to improve. So just know that you're in the right place, whether you have one already or you do not, or you're just thinking about starting one. And I'm going to give you some tools and some tips to actually get you really started on the right foot with your membership. Okay. So this is how to keep your online members engaged and coming back. So how to get people started right. And I'm really focusing on the starter membership. So those solo business owners who want a membership, dreaming about one, but not something that is, we're not going too huge here. We're going to just get started, baby steps. All right. So hi, I'm Ashley. Just quick intro again. I think I do this slide in all my webinars. I'm a yoga teacher, an online yoga teacher right now. I primarily teach online, and online business coach. I've been a full-time yoga teacher for 12 years, 2013. And I have a background in graphic design and marketing, which has really helped actually with this kind of stuff. This is my favorite thing to do, is these kind of presentations and making videos. And I've helped thousands of teachers with skills like online business, marketing, and website building. And today we're focused on memberships, really hyper-focused on content for memberships. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I don't post a whole lot there, but you can see some behind the scenes and get in contact with me anytime at Ashes Yoga. And that's my business name, and my username and handle in all the places is Ashes Yoga. So feel free to find me there and connect at any point. But most important, I am very busy because I'm a mom to 2 little boys. Any other parents around? Yeah, you get it. And if you're not a parent, you're probably busy with something. Maybe you've got a full-time job. You don't have a lot of time and you're looking for efficiency. And you don't want to just spend your time doing all the admin minutia that comes with running a business, because it is a lot. So I like to figure out and share a lot of shortcuts and time-saving solutions so you don't have to. So I can share with you the tips, the tools, the tricks, and like, for instance, Offering Tree being that all-in-one system. You could use something else. That's great. I use a lot of different things, but I do highly recommend Offering Tree if you are still looking for something to host all your business needs. And we can talk about that a little later. So I have something for you. You have to go here, ashesyoga.com/membership content. I wonder if I could type that in. Membership content. You can type it in? Okay.
Yeah.
Sinead can type it in. So what this is I want to give this to you early because it is a bundle of resources that's going to go along with this webinar and this content. So afterwards, you don't feel like you're just left with, well, what do? I have to pay you a bunch of money to work with you. I don't get enough information. So I'm actually giving you a bunch of resources and templates to get you started with what I'm sharing today and examples of the content that I'm providing and sharing that should be in a membership or could be in a membership. You don't need all of it, but it's here for you if you need some help with it. And so at this site, it'll redirect you actually to my Offering Tree site. And I'm going to give you a little preview of that and share my screen with that, because it's going to ask you, if you haven't logged in before, it will ask you for a password, and I don't want you to be scared by that. So what that means is you input your email address and then make up a password. And then that way you have access on my site through Offering Tree through a login. You'll have access to all your stuff. So I just want you to know that the password is not something secret. You don't have to reset. It's just type in anything to create a password if you haven't logged into my site before. And so sharing just like how that works with Offering Tree a little bit. This is an Offering Tree website. And if you go to online trainings on my website, you will see at the very top this membership starter kit. And also some other tutorials that could really help you. These first 3 are awesome. On-demand membership tutorial for like the next step, if you're actually setting it up. And then an intro to Offering Tree that Sinead and I did a couple months ago. So you can see those. But if you click on one of these, this one, and you click access, it will ask you for your email and password. So type them in, and then you have access to all of these things here. Once you hit the access button, you'll see these examples, video examples, and some things on the left side that you can tap into. But I'm kind of going to cover these piece by piece rather than just like say, go for it. So we'll get there, but I wanted to give you a heads up right now. That's the thing that you want to opt into to get the most out of this. Good? Everyone good with that? Where's my chat back? Okay, cool. So go there and check that out. Maybe you do that afterwards. That's okay. Just make sure you have it up and ready to go. Okay, so our goal for today is to make online membership creation simple, to help you design content and think about the content that needs to be in that membership to engage, retain, and grow your community. And it's not just about, filling this membership with tons and tons of classes. Not at all. So today, what we're going to cover is what a membership is, who it's for, misconceptions about online memberships. I'll try to go through those a little faster because I really want to get to the 3 types of content every membership needs and like give you the good stuff, all the good stuff. And then some real life examples of some memberships. You'll see some of those. And then I'll share with you some next steps. There we go. So we will not cover, I know, I like to add the not cover because there is inevitably going to be questions that come up that are off topic or just off enough that could really veer us off course. So we're not going to cover how to launch a membership or how to get people to join. That is a different topic of marketing and promotions. Today, we're really heavily focused on the content inside that you are adding to make people happy and coming back. We're not going to go through pricing strategies or how to price your membership. This is not right. Uh-oh. Hopefully these slides are correct. Hold on a second. I switched a couple things and I did not put that in there.
Take your time, Ashley. I am just going to let everyone know. I shared a couple of links in the chat and it only went to me and Ashley, so I just reshared them again, which is
Okay.
Ashley's download.
I just want to make sure that this was correct because I did not, let me do something real quick.
Slides.
Version 4. Yeah, I did this last minute, or not last minute. I exported this incorrectly. Membership content version 4.
Oh, we've got Karen in Jamaica. I'm still looking at the chat. Okay. I'm still working through all the people that have said where they are. Hi, Karen in Jamaica. Nice. I think that's
You're the most in Jamaica right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that would be nice. It's got to be warmer than Calgary.
Okay, I'm going to stop this share and do a quick swappy swap onto this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Even though you're going to see it's not on the preview mode, that's okay. How do I preview mode this? Nope. So anyway, who here has a membership? Tell me the name of it. I would love to hear the name of your membership.
So Linda has a great question. Does the discount apply to anyone who already has an Offering Tree site? No, this is just for new people joining through this webinar today or through Ashley's connection, Linda. Mm-hmm. Yoga for Self-Care online monthly membership. I like that, Shauna.
Shauna's. Oh, also, anybody here, what I want to, okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Who here is already in my membership group, my business coaching? I know Shauna is, so like, say yes. Yes. Shauna. Who's already in Ash's Academy?
Oh, yes. Yes, everybody's coming in the chat.
Yes, cool. Okay, we're going to get this slide back on track. Okay, we're not covering today pricing strategies. There we go. So I took out the tech, I took out not covering tech stuff because we are going to talk a little bit about the platforms, and we've talked about Offering Tree and some tech stuff, but I'm not going to tell you exactly how to design, record, and create the content, like the actual how-to. Tutorials are great for that. Online teaching techniques, also not something we're going to cover, or how to scale your membership. If you already have a great one, but you want to make it super, super big, that's again, another topic. So today we're really focused on the base content and nothing else, because content is the foundation. Content, without it, your marketing and growth isn't really going to matter, because you'll get people in, but they'll be confused, or they may or may not like know what to do or where to go. And when you confuse, you tend to lose people. So most people will join a membership, or they might join if you've got great marketing. Let's say you do like amazing marketing, but your membership content is confusing. They don't know how to use it. You can get people in for a month, but they're going to end up leaving. Or it's going to be like, oh, sorry, I just wasn't using it, because they didn't know how. So we're really focused on how to get people started right in your membership right away, so that they have the best experience and want to stay for the long term. Yes. Cool. All right, content. What is content? You might be like, oh, is that just a bunch of videos? Do I just have to make videos all the time? No. It's actually any of the materials, the experiences, and resources that your membership provides. So it's not just your yoga practice videos. And I'm going to say yoga teachers a lot, because that's who I talk to and that's who I work with, and that's who I am. But you might be like a wellness coach, or like a Pilates teacher, or Tai Chi, or something totally different. Maybe you teach something different. So just insert, like when I say yoga teacher, insert your title, because it's whatever service-based business that you want to be, health and wellness or otherwise. So the content in any membership is going to be materials, experiences, and resources. And I'm really focused here on the online content, less about your in-person studios. So we're not really covering in-person memberships. For those, that's like a studio-based membership. You can use that as an example, where like, what does an in-person membership offer? You can often translate some of that into online, but we're going to talk mostly about the online content. So it's really everything that your members engage with to stay inspired, consistent, and connected. So it's a lot of different things. It's even like email newsletters is even content. So it's not just a huge library of classes, which I think a lot of us think that's what we need. If you're curious about the stuff that we're not going to talk about today, the marketing, the how-tos, how do you actually do this, the really nitty-gritty step-by-step tutorials, that's you can work with me to learn all of that inside of my membership. I have 2 memberships. One is called Ash's Academy, and it's my yoga business membership that includes courses, a core curriculum, weekly coaching calls, all sorts of support, all the things that I'm going to talk about here today about what needs to be in a membership, but like even more. So it gives you a lot of stuff. And if you're looking for like a clear path and someone to help guide you with a great community, my membership has been growing for the past few years, and it's so fun to see everyone growing. And I'm going to show you some examples of some of the people inside. So we've got a few people here from that membership joining. I won't go too in depth on that. I just want you to know that this is an option, ashesyoga.com/membership, but also feel free to do it yourself with the tools I'm giving you here. So as we talk about memberships, here are some common misconceptions or myths about online memberships specifically, is that you might think that a membership, to have one, it has to be super fancy. So when I asked in my Facebook group, what makes a great yoga membership, I got a lot of people saying lots and lots of variety, low price, like Yoga with Adriene has a great platform. And I'm just thinking to myself, no, like that's great and all. And it's wonderful that you're looking at these huge platforms that have thousands of videos. That's a great subscription site, but they have one form of content that I'm sharing out of the 3 that I'm going to actually be sharing, what works really good for a smaller membership. So a small membership focuses much more on community, that personal touch. So it's that people that you are having join your own little small membership to start with. Maybe it does grow large in time, but people crave connection. They want to see that you're showing up with them and for them, less about making it extra fancy. So we're going to keep it simple and start very simple, and you can always adjust and add as you grow. In fact, my own memberships started with just like my yoga membership started as just the replays. Like you get access to the replays and that's it. And then when it's time to add more, I know I'm able to. You might think membership content has to be completely different than YouTube, or you might be thinking, what's the difference between just public YouTube videos and membership videos? How can I differentiate that content? Well, the truth is it actually doesn't have to be much different. And this is a very common question, is if I'm posting videos to YouTube, what is a membership going to offer that's any different? And the reality of it is YouTube is a preview. Again, it has one form of content out of the 3 that I'm going to talk about. It showcases your style, it builds trust, it gets people to know you. It's a nice introduction, but it isn't the full picture. Membership content beyond just replay videos is where you go deeper with your students and where you can really be that transforming guide. And YouTube is also very scattered. So like you're not getting the full path, the full whole thing. So that's, and then we got 3 more. So you might think also, I don't have much content. I need a huge library before I start. Oh no, I don't have any content. You know, I once joined a membership that had nothing in it. When the person, actually, it was Amanda McKinney's membership. Do you know Amanda McKinney? She used to be a part of the community, right? So her membership, her yoga marketing membership, had nothing in it to begin with. She just was so excited about this promise to help yoga teachers with their marketing that I was like, sign me up. I'm ready. I love your energy. I want that. So they join for you. They join for that energy. They don't join because you have a bunch of replays, which they can probably find online anyway. So you don't need hundreds of videos. A successful membership starts with quality and connection over the quantity of what you have. And you might also think, well, this sounds really hard. It's really hard to do a membership. I need like a whole studio team or a whole team of people. If you are comparing yourself to someone like Yoga with Adriene or someone who has the full studio thing, like multiple teachers and all the stuff, sure. But actually, for us as solo entrepreneurs, with a tool like Offering Tree, or there's others out there, everything from payments to scheduling is automated. So you don't have to manually be doing a lot of that stuff. Even reminder emails, follow-up emails, a lot of that can be automated where it takes your hands off and you set it up once and then you forget about it until you need to fix a spelling error or something. So that personal touch goes a long way. And a lot of people, again, that personal connection, that's what we're going to really focus on, is that authenticity and personal connection can go a long way. And the last one is that you might think there are already so many yoga teachers, or not yoga teachers, so many memberships or yoga memberships or memberships like what I want to do out there. Maybe it's because you've been doing some research. True. There are loads of wellness professionals, fitness memberships, all this stuff, but nobody has your unique voice, you and your perspective. In fact, I have a membership that's just morning yoga classes. I love it when people copy me because there's room for everybody to do this. So if you want to do 30-minute morning movement and meditation classes and call it a membership, please, please, please do, because I know there's people that need your unique voice. And also, personally, it'd be great to say, I want to take a week off, go and do so-and-so's classes. You know, it's all about collaboration, connection. And when you come from this place of abundance and gratitude, it just, people know and feel it, and they want to be around that type of energy, not the lack, not the, well, nobody's joining, or I only had 1 people join today, boo hoo. Nobody wants that. No, I had 1 person join today. That's amazing. So I've been practicing this even when I was an in-person yoga teacher, to be grateful and excited that 1 person joined, because you don't know who or what that connection could bring, and you could be the person that changes their lives. So people want you, not just another membership. There are a lot out there, but you are going to bring the secret sauce. So that is like what we went through is some of the just misconceptions and what you might think. And so that's me talking you into starting a membership, even if it's small, because even a small membership, let's say 10 people at $25 a month, that can make a huge impact on you, on your students. And then you can learn from those 10 students, or maybe it's just 5 to begin with. You can learn what's needed, what's wanted, what they crave, or what they don't need. So you can adjust as you go. So and an offering tree too makes it so easy. So let me just show you my membership, just to show you how it works from the offering tree's perspective. So I did this tutorial on how to do this too, because it was something that not super intuitive, like it's a different way to do this, but I have a morning yoga membership, and you can join for $25 a month. And then here is the class library. There's a little members start here area, which I'll talk about, the starting core content, and then a bunch of replays. And if you hit view on the replay, it pops up a video and you can watch it. And I like to have a button that goes back to the class library, because I can do that. And also the dates, it's coming. Sometimes it does that. And also the dates that I recorded these. So I teach 1 class, the same class, 4 days a week, and then with different affirmations. And that's what I do. And so I don't have different variety of classes, but you might be interested in that. If someone wanted to join live, they'd go to my schedule and they click register on my morning movement class. Pretty easy. They can join with their membership. They can join with a credit card, or you can set up payments. So it's like, you know, I have actually, it's free. You can join for free. But I have optional payment too. So if you wanted to join for free, or you wanted to join, like, you can join free, no worries. Or instead of coffee, I've been drinking a lot more matcha. So like, contribute to my matcha fund. Or you can feel generous and pay a little more, or pay what you want. Some people used to just pay like $50 at one time. But now, because I've added a membership for replay access, my regulars now, instead of paying me once in a while, will join the membership for that ongoing recurring. And that's not necessarily a business model for you that you need to emulate. You do not have to have your classes free. It could be that, you know, that the membership is where you get access to the live classes, and then they also have the class library or the replays. And for you, maybe it's just on demand where you're not offering live classes. Now, a lot of people have members areas. So I have an example of that too. Happy Yoga Wales. I think this is Paula. She has a page that's for members only. And so her membership content, I'm already on it. Her membership content, very similar to mine, where she actually has 30-minute classes, but these are just on demand, and there's no live class component. I don't think there is anyway. And she lets you know the date that they were filmed, and also has a welcome video too. So hers is very similar to how mine is, where you can join this for £10 a month, and then you get access to these videos, right? And then I'll show you a couple other examples, and it's actually quite simple to set up. Anyway, so offering tree makes that easy to set up. Let's go back here and let's talk about the actual content to put in your membership. And are there any questions I'm missing or should chat through about this like beginnings? Not really? We're good? Okay, cool. And I think there might be some more questions when it comes to the content, because this is juicy stuff. This is what you're here for. This is what I'm here for, to talk to you about the 3 types of content every single membership needs to succeed. There are 3. And your goal, right, is to have happy members. I mean, yeah, you want more members, but you want your current ones to be happy, to not be confused, to not leave. Most people will cancel a membership because they're not using it. Not because it's not great, not because it doesn't have great content, but because oftentimes they're either confused or overwhelmed, or life got in the way and they're like, it's too much for me. So we actually want to create a really good onboarding situation where people feel like it's not too much, because we all have a lot going on in our lives. Yeah, the ratio, oh, good question. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, so here are the 3. And they could have different names too. I renamed these several times as I'm making this: core content, recurring content, and support content. It could also be called foundational content, or engagement content, or the coaching content, or whatever it is. There's also like bonus content or value add content we could put in there as an extra, but we're going to focus on these 3: the core content, recurring content, and support content. And what I see a lot of people is diving in and just giving all the recurring content, like, here's a video library, figure it out. And there's not like a solid way or path for people to actually understand how to use that recurring content. So that's where the core content comes in. And that's what we're going to talk about first. Core content. Let's get your people understanding what they're actually signing up for and get them excited to continue. So your core content is must-have materials that create the base of your membership. It's like resources and guides and a welcome video. So what is that? So Micah, is she here? Is Micah here? I'm using her as an example too. So we were actually texting back and forth. I was asking her about her membership, and this is what she said about her start. Hi, Micah. Okay, so hopefully it's okay that I use this little snippet that you chatted to me. She said, you just recently added a welcome section after hearing how important onboarding was for like the millionth time. I know we hear things like email marketing is so important, onboarding is so important. And you're like, yes, yes, I know. And you finally get to do it. And she said it helps. She also has an onboarding email sequence, which we'll mention and talk about how to get them started, how to get them into the community. And I really like the last thing she said is, I found that if they don't log in and try a class right away after they join, it's much more unlikely that they use it at all. And that's very true. If they don't start right away after they join, if they don't dive in, it's unlikely they're going to use it. They're going to forget about it. So this was just really great information and the core content. And then Micah's here you can see her site. It is not offering tree, but that's okay. There's a lot of other platforms out there. She has a lifelong yoga. It's lifelong.yoga if you want to check out her site. It's just on-demand content, but she created this welcome section to have a virtual studio tour, or maybe it's an actual studio tour. Welcome to the club. And then also some related videos, like if you're new to yoga, start here, how to modify, FAQs, and a lot of just here's how to start. And I'm sure she also is sending emails to say, hey, have you checked out this welcome video? Hey, you should try a class, that kind of thing. So having a welcome section is going to be really beneficial. So we saw that on Paula's, on hers, she has a welcome to your online yoga membership. So she has a welcome video. And then on mine, my Mindful Morning membership, I have a little start here and resources section that gives people not just, it's like a welcome message and video, but also some resources if they wanted to take their practice elsewhere. And you'll see those resources in the starter kit that I'm giving you. So if you log into that, you'll see the resources I give to people. And then Micah's here, you saw. And then this little thing in the right corner is like my welcome section when people join Ash's Academy. So there's a welcome message, how to navigate the content. Like, how do I actually do this? I imagine myself talking to my kindergartner. If I can explain to him, that's kind of the level at which I want to explain how to work my membership or how to work the online content. I would say, hey, Ezra, that's his name. He's in school right now. Hey, Ezra, I'm going to show you how to work this membership, let's go. And so I'll say, hey, so over here, you're going to click this button. And he'd be like, yes, mom. And I say, okay, so if you want to watch one of these videos, pick up one here. So that's where I do a lot of like thinking of how can I explain this to like my 6-year-old. And so I have like even a section on how to cancel or update payments. I talk about how to cancel all the time. And you'd be surprised at how many people still email me saying, I can't figure out how to cancel. Like, oh my goodness, it's okay. And I just tell them like, that's okay. Like you probably missed it in all of the emails and all the places. And I'll just re-explain it again or direct them to the right, the right place. And then an overview. I have always like an overview. So anyways, and then my resources, like I said, some of the resources, I've developed some resources over the years. Your core content does not have to start with a bunch of resources. The resources I give, I love PDFs. I love a good worksheet, a workbook, a journal. And so I've been making a lot of those over the years. Like I have my mindful morning routine builder, which I made at some point. And then maybe many months later, I made my 100 affirmations list. And then years ago, I made it something about meditation techniques that I pulled in. So I didn't just dump a bunch of stuff right away. I did this over time where I thought, okay, my members might really appreciate a list of meditation techniques. Let's add that. So just giving them some of those resources that aren't always just videos. So it can be so much more than that. Oh, we're getting into the success path stuff. This I was going to cover briefly only because it's a lot. It can be. So I just want to seed you with this and give you a little planting of this, a success path, because a lot of people don't have this. And it's something that I actually learned initially from Stu McLaren. He's like the membership guy. He's super great. That's what he does. And there's a lot of other membership trainings out there that will also touch on something that's a success path, or what's also called like a transformation journey, to have stages that your members are at. So I recently joined an Instagram membership, and it gave me a quiz that was like, let's see where you're at. Where should you get started? Oh, you're at stage 4. So it gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stages. And so looking at your ideal membership, there's going to be people all over in different places. And what are those stages? Let's give them names. So a success path is that step-by-step journey that guides members from where they are or where they were to where they want to go. This can be the same with an online course, but with a membership, it might kind of cycle through a few, like it might be in a circle, it might be seasonal, it might be, it might be linear, and you might just stop at stage 4 or 5, or like the last stepping stone. And so looking at your members and saying, okay, where's the beginning, where's the end, and what stages are in the middle, it gives people a little bit more clarity on where they are and where they need to continue. So here's my example. I think it's really fun. I made this a couple days ago. This is my success path for my morning yoga class. Now, you don't have to make it as in-depth, but still just start thinking about it. So stage 1, if you're joining morning yoga classes, stage 1 is someone who does not want to get out of bed. They don't like mornings. They hate them. They feel awful and groggy in the mornings. Like that's stage 0. Like you're going to join this membership, but you really are hesitant. And maybe someone's like forcing you to do it and you don't show up a whole lot. So if you were in that stage, I would direct you to my 5-minute video lessons, or like, okay, I see that you're not going to be at 6 a.m. yoga 4 days a week. How about you do the replays and just try the first 5 minutes? And that's the stage that they would be in. And that's the direction I would give them, where someone on the next stage would be like, yeah, I'm ready to do this, but I'm still not used to it. I would say, awesome, try to come to at least one live class at 6 a.m. and then do another replay. And then stage 3, it'd be like, they're excited, they're getting ready. I might ask them to add a little bit more. Here's some journal prompts. Here's more you can do. And then the stage 4 is just like, stage 4 is Roya. She's in my membership. Is Roya here? I don't know. But Roya is someone who rearranges her work schedule because she got a new job to say, hey, work, hey, job, hey, career, hey, boss, I need this time between 9 a.m. and 9:30 Eastern time to do Ashley's yoga class. Let's switch my lunch break. so she's in it, and she's like showing up outside in her office. People are walking around. She loves it. So she is 100% morning lover. That's the point that we want to get to. And for a lot of us with a yoga membership, you're probably going to start with like beginner yogi to confident yogi. But then there's the stages in between. Like you're a beginner yogi or you're an absolute beginner to like a newbie where you're trying some things and then you might be a little confident. Like you might, in giving people names, like the first one might be like wobbly warrior. The wobbly warrior stage, you're just beginning. You're really wobbly. You don't know, you're unsure. And the confident yogi might be like confident yogi or Zen master or something like that. Like you're giving them like fun. I think the names are fun. But this is the example of a success path and also really great for your core content, because then people can look at this and be like, yeah, I'm stage 2. That's where I am. And I want to work towards getting to 3 or 4 or work towards the next level. So if you can create something similar to this, I do have this example in the starter kit. So it also has more information about success paths and how it works. This is going to set you apart from like a lot of other memberships that just dump a bunch of videos in there and say, good luck, find what you need. Does that make sense? like good luck, confused. You know, people who just join a membership with a ton of videos, they're like, but what do I start with? Where do I go? And this helps people avoid that confusion. Okay. All right, so we're moving on. So that was core content, and something that I think needs, if that's all you took from this, if all you're like, yeah, I have a membership and I probably should add some of that core content in there. If that's all you take from it, awesome, go for it, use it. Create your own success path, create a welcome video, how to navigate, how to cancel, all that base stuff that helps people get started. And in a moment, we are going to talk about the onboarding emails, but that's like next level stuff. So we'll say that to the end. Okay, the next kind of content is the content we think about. I think usually recurring content is usually what we think about when we're like, let's make a membership because I do ongoing classes, right? It's the regularly scheduled stuff. It's the stuff that's like ongoing, like your weekly classes. It's your memberships. It's monthly themes and workshops and the stuff that you want to do ongoing, right? Yeah, that's what makes a membership different than a course. Is a membership provides that ongoing support. There is no end. But I need to also let you know that more content does not mean better. More scheduled classes is not better. More content leads people to overwhelm, confusion, and feeling they can't catch up. And when they're overwhelmed and saying, I just don't have time, I can't catch up, I'm so far behind, that leads to cancellations. Again, it doesn't mean that your membership is bad or that the content isn't great. It's just too much. So here's the question, and I want you to answer in the chat to see what you think. What is the ideal amount or duration? Like how many hours, how many minutes of content should be added each week in a membership? Does anyone know the answer? Anybody? Anybody? How much new content? Okay, Jessica, I assume 30 means 30 minutes, not 30 hours. 30 hours or 30 minutes? One video, one class. Okay, we've got 1 to 2, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. It depends as much as the members need. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it kind of does depend a little bit, but ideally on average, it's like 1 hour. 1 hour of new content every week. More than that gets to be a little bit much. And I would say with yoga, you could do 1 to 2. Like I've got 4 30-minute classes. That's a total of 2 hours. But I also make sure that people know that they don't have to do all of them. They don't have to they don't have to catch up. They can skip a few, it's okay. So when it's like a similar class, or if you just really like doing the live classes, sure, go a little bit more. But if you're doing recorded classes and in your library of classes, 1 hour. So that means like 2 30-minute videos. It means one hour class of a week. It could mean, and if you only did 30 minutes, that's fine too. 1 30-minute video, or maybe it's 2 15-minute videos. But on top of that, there's also like you could also leave room for some monthly stuff, like a monthly Q&A on top of it. But the regular scheduled weekly stuff is like 1 to 2 hours. No more, usually no more than that. And I'll give you an example of what would be too much. Okay, so my classes, I schedule them live and I do 4 classes a week. And then I drop them into my replay library so you can see them. And I put the date on there so you can see when it was filmed. So this looks like it's the same thing every single day. This makes it look like there's some variety because I'm wearing different clothes and I'm doing different poses, which is kind of fun. So my replay library is there. And then we had Alejandro, where are you? Is he here today? He's actually he's someone who joined Ash's Academy and started from scratch. and launched a membership, a founding membership on OffRainTree in both Spanish and English. So yeah. So he has some live classes for his members. He launched his membership. He got 29 people in it. Awesome. Both Spanish and English. He puts in his replays into also a video library and has, different videos for them to access afterwards. And what I think is really neat about his is it's not just the replay video. What he has is kind of like in each replay is kind of like a little bundle, or it's almost like a mini course, because you have his 20 to 30 minute talk about the theme. The practice session is just like 45 to 50 minutes. A practice sheet, which it's like a PDF from tummee.com, TUMMEE.com, is like you can create practice PDFs, and then a class summary. That was probably the Zoom AI class summary. And this, if you were doing this weekly, I would say doing this 1 time a week is enough. But Alejandro, he was doing it 4 times a week. And we discovered, and he discovered that was too much. So 4 times a week was very much too much. This is over 4.5 hours of content, if not more than that. But also it's 2 different memberships. So really it was an English membership and Spanish. And so doing 2 for each created double the work for him. So this maybe is not the most sustainable as far as the amount of content. So and he knows, we encouraged him to scale back where it's just doing 2 times a week rather than 4. And so he's dropping the English and doing just Spanish. So if you're looking for a really great Spanish membership, sharabiyoga.com, you can check it out there. But he has some really great things. And now that he's done this, like if you decide to, let me talk about that for a moment. If you decide to axe a membership, or if you're like, it's just too much for me, or I did that too. I did that with my first membership. You can bundle everything you have and sell it as a package or sell it as a course. I do that currently too. So now he has this bundle of 18 videos that he can now sell on demand. Yeah. Oh, Trisha, that's perfect. She does 2 30-minute classes a week and then adds in an occasional special class. Awesome. That's perfect. And then same with Paula here is the same. I don't know her membership so well because I just was looking at her. She doesn't we don't work together or anything, but maybe she's here. I don't know. happyyogawhales.com. But she has her 2, I can tell it's 2 a week, and maybe she does special classes too. I'm not sure, but there's 2 30-minute classes a week. That's perfect. That's awesome. That's great. You don't need more than that. And what happens with replays is that's the whole thing. It's a replay. You can play it over and over and over again. My first online yoga experience was 10 yoga classes, and I would do the yoga class every day of the week for 6 days, the same class every day. And then the next week we would move on to class 2, same class every day for 6 days, and then week 3. So you could tell people to repeat this class, like, hey, members, we're doing this class, do it 3 times this week. And that way you don't have to keep creating new and more content. You just direct them and help them, facilitate, guide them to what they already have. Because membership libraries grow fast. If you do 1 to 2 classes a week, you'll have a lot and it will feel like no time at all. So that's the ongoing content. Cool. A lot of people saying you do this. Shauna does 1 short meditation and 1 short movement class. Perfect. And if you only had time to do like 1 30-minute thing or 2 15-minute things, start with that. Start small. And then see what you could potentially add more later if people ask for it and if you have that capacity to do so. Okay, so happy members. We have 1 more. I like that question. How do you work around vacations when you have a membership? I'm going to answer that later too. So we're going to gather those questions and answer them in a bit. So last type of content we have is the support content. You can also call this the community or the coaching content. So these are resources that guide you and support your members. The 2 that okay, so let's start that. Okay, this is like welcome emails, how-to videos, and community building materials. So that question that I talked about earlier about what makes like YouTube content different than a membership is that YouTube content is only recurring content, and it's not even in order a lot of times. Sometimes it is, but it's only the recurring content. It is not the core content, and it's not the support content. You don't get that with a YouTube channel. With a membership, especially a small one, you can be there to help guide your members as that person that's leading them, guiding them, and and wanting to be there on a deeper level. So Micah does a great job with her. She has a calendar. Calendars are amazing to help support people and guide people. So if they have a calendar to know which videos they should do, if it's an on-demand practice, or if it's a calendar for what's coming up in your live classes, it's your schedule, your live class schedule, what's coming up. Maybe you sneak peek a monthly theme, like next month we're going to be doing this, so make sure you stay. So you might sneak peek the calendar. This is Micah's current calendar. And then like a Facebook group or some kind of community group, right? Like I actually just made this group just for fun. Just as an example, like if I had a community group, this is what it would look like. I don't actually have one. I'm still working on my yoga membership itself. It's sometimes, well, my business membership takes a lot of my time. So my yoga membership is more like, here's an example, here's what I do. I'm not going all in on it. But if I did, I would probably have some kind of community group. If you're not on Facebook, maybe you don't use it. You could use something like Circle or Discord, or maybe you have a WhatsApp chat or something. You could do something else as far as getting people talking to each other. Some kind of, so they feel supported not just by you, but by the people in the community as well. In my Ashes Academy business coaching group, every Monday and Friday, we do check-in posts. So I always ask people to set goals. And then on Friday, we do check-ins. I also do at least 1 to 2 coaching calls and co-working sessions every single week. So there's opportunities. And I know I said 1 hour of content every week, but that doesn't really apply to the support content. The support content is supportive. It's not adding more to people's plates. It's, I'm going to show up for you and hold space and be here for you to help you through what you already have. So it might be check-ins, it might be Q&As, it might be like, how can I support you? How can I show up? Maybe we just show up on Zoom and practice together without me guiding you. It's just, hey, I'm going to create a space to practice on Zoom. If that helps you with accountability, then show up. Here's the link. So there's a lot of ways that you can create support and accountability. That's that's the support stuff. So offering support, being there, and actually like kind of like a cheerleader too, just encouragement, motivation. Some people really thrive on that stuff. I know I do. So, and then the last thing we're going to talk about is emails, and then I'll answer some questions. Email marketing is going to be like the pinnacle to your business. It's like the main, it's so important. And just like onboarding is important, you probably heard email list building and marketing is probably like, you've probably heard this a million times. You need to build your email list. In fact, when you get your starter kit that I gave to you, ashesyoga.com/membership content, that builds my email list. So that's something that you could do too. And you can do that through Offering Tree. Like you can offer a free guide or resource as well, or a free class, and then build your email list. But let's talk about emails as far as memberships. So we have 2 different kinds of emails that I recommend setting up. One is the onboarding emails. So what happens a lot of times is someone will set up a membership. Like, for example, let's go back to mine. Let's say someone goes to my site and wants to buy a membership. And let's say they're going all in. So instead of the 1 month, they're buying 6-month membership package. Awesome. So they click the buy now button and they pay. Once they pay, they get a confirmation email, but then what? Where do they go? Do you assume that they know to go to your class library? Do you assume that they know to look at the welcome video? They'll get a confirmation email, sure, but what more do they get? How do you really direct them immediately to the best way to use this? So to do that would be a really great series of communication from you personally, like an onboarding email series. And it might just be one email. Mine is 2. I have 2 emails in my onboarding series, but I have actually examples of a 5 email series if you wanted to check them out inside that membership starter kit. So an onboarding email series is just that welcome series. Like initially or immediately they get a welcome email and tells them their next 3 steps, gives them links of what to do, where to go, and how to guide them, and how to engage with the membership itself. And then Offering Tree, by the way, good job Offering Tree, making some changes, updating some things. You can do this automatically. It's called automations. And again, not going to go in depth on this, but what you can do, it's a really cute, neat little situation, is if somebody joins your membership, they'll be tagged membership student, right? Automatically. You can set it up where as soon as someone joins, they get an email that you've personally written. And then you can add a delay, like I'm going to wait 2 days and then they get another email. And then you can wait another day or two, or maybe a week, and then they'll get another email. And all of that's automatic. So as soon as someone joins, and they might join at any time, like they might join on Monday, someone else might join on Friday, where it's really focused on the time that the one person joined, then they get that series of emails to welcome them in. And you don't have to do this automatically, or no, you don't have to do this manually. It's auto magic. So you would set that up in the automations portion. Again, I can't get into the how-to right now of that, but they have, especially if you're on like the essentials plan, you can now have 2 automations that run. And the 2 that I always recommend as a business coach, as someone who's for people who are starting out, is number 1, what we're doing here, a membership onboarding series. And number 2 would be an email opt-in freebie, email lead magnet email series, like that welcome email series. No one's bought anything yet, but you're like guiding them to do that in the future. So those are the 2 email series I would highly recommend setting up, is like the initial welcome series and then a membership onboarding series. Okay, so there's that. And if that's over your head, don't worry about it right now. You could just ignore me, be like, I'm going to get to that later. And then the second one, so at least send in a welcome email, right? Get in touch with them. And the second kind of email I recommend for every membership is a weekly digest email. I found so much benefit in sending out a weekly email to tell people what happened and what's coming up, and also to keep them in the loop and remind them of what's happening. So this is also really great content because it keeps people engaged. It keeps confusion down low. In my Ashes Academy membership, I send an email every single Monday, and it includes like almost the same content. Like you will see how to book a one-on-one with me, how to cancel, where to sign up for you, or where to enroll, where to log into your courses. So I repeat a lot of information, but then I also have like what's coming up. Like I had this webinar was in the upcoming section, upcoming event section. And so people would click and register. And then I also had past replays linked in there, and maybe a little blurb about what our monthly theme is, or anything else that they need to know. So I make that every single Monday and I send it out. And I do that manually, but I just duplicate my last email and I just update it. It's not that hard. But the hardest part is getting the first template made. And then after that, it's going to be very easy just to duplicate and send again and again. And if I were to do this for my yoga membership, I would probably send them out on Fridays because I teach Monday through Thursday. And then Friday would be a great opportunity to say, here's what we just did. Here's what's coming up next week. Can't wait to see you Monday. So that would be my plan. And so that's the content that I'm covering. That's it. Okay, this did not take as long as I thought. Usually I thought I'd have to rush a lot, but it's core content, recurring content, and support content. And that's what we went through. And now if there were questions, I want to answer them here would be a good idea, even if it's kind of off a little bit. There was someone who asked, and I like that question, what do you do when you're going to go on vacation? Great question. I love this. So if you're going to go on vacation and you have a membership, what you can do, you can actually create your content for your membership long before it actually releases. So you can batch content prior, like you could create your content the first week of the month and then be off for 3 weeks, except maybe checking in here and there. So my metaphor or example of this is my son goes to daycare, and you can do this in your membership too. And daycare is basically a membership, a very expensive membership. And so he goes to daycare and it's like $1,500 a month. So it's not cheap, right? And of course I want to use it as much as I can because I'm paying for it. And also he does so well there. But they tell us ahead of time that they always take off the end of December for 1 week and always the last week in June for 1 week. It's closed. Do we get a discount on our membership? No. Do we get a discount at all? Not at all. No. You pay the ongoing fee, even if they're closed for a week. And they let you know ahead of time, we are going to be closed these 2 weeks of the year. Too bad. And that's just kind of the way it is. I'm sure people can talk to them and be like, that's not cool, but that's just kind of the way it is. And you can plan for those vacations and tell your members, like, I take off the last 2 weeks of December every month. So with that, you should too. And I do that too. I take off classes all the time. If it's a week or two, no problem. Like 2 weeks off here and there, take that vacation, enjoy it, cancel your live classes. No big deal. People love to see people living their best lives. Like they want to see that you're taking care of yourself and emulating a kind of life that they want as well. Like when they want to take vacation, so they love to see when you take vacation and time off. I found my members actually really appreciate when I take time off. So it's great. And if they don't, then they're probably not the right members for your community. But other than that, you can also pre-create some content. Say, I'm going to give you these like 3 special pre-recorded lessons for the time off. If you were to take a month or 2 off, that might be something where you say, I'm going to pause, your membership for a month or extend it a month or something like that. So you can work with that. But when it's a week or 2, I wouldn't worry too much about it. You could also
Ashley,
not
sorry.
say anything. What?
Sorry, Ashley. I was just going to read out a question that came through on the Q&A from, I think it's Amy is the name. Where are the replays being hosted on your site?
Which replays?
Oh, good question.
Which replays? Do you mean, oh, the videos? Okay, I think that's what you mean. So super cool thing that Offering Tree hosts your videos for you. So if like my membership and everyone, a lot of people, my membership over here, like my class library, I upload these directly to Offering Tree. And there is no limit to how many videos you can upload. There's a limit to the gigabytes per video. It's 4 gigabytes per video, but there's no limit to how many. Like I have this membership, my old membership library has like 400 videos in it. So it's got a lot of videos here on the sides. I decided to make it more visual and less just lists. So that's why I have this class library thing. But my videos themselves, I upload them directly to the Offering Tree platform. So that's
Colby's just asking, do you need to compress the videos? I think it's
I recommend it. We had this long chat yesterday in my coaching call. We do coaching calls, and in the website coaching call, I have a course called Wellness Website in a Week. And we had a long chat. We do a monthly coaching call. And yesterday we did it. And there was a good long chat about compressing videos. And I recommend it just because with Offering Tree, it doesn't compress it for you, or it doesn't give you options for how fast you want to stream. So I use a program called Handbrake, and I'm going to actually just put it in the chat here, handbrake.fr. It's free to download. And I do compress my videos because if they're Zoom videos, those are really small anyway, no problem. I record so that my videos are over a gigabyte for 30 minutes, like 1.6 gigabytes. It's kind of big. So I end up compressing so they're about 300 megabytes. So it's like 1/6 of the size. And I don't know if it makes a huge difference. No one's said too much about it, but I have found that I'm okay and better with that, because if and when I wanted someone to download a video, I don't want it to be super huge. So yeah, I use Handbrake. Yes, you can also add YouTube videos or any video host platform. Like if you were using Vimeo, or you can embed videos too. So if you were using YouTube or you had unlisted videos, or like the number of content you can put on inside this is awesome. So like I added, when you access this little section here, you can see that I've added text. I've added a video here. This is directly an Offering Tree. I've added an image. I've added PDFs that you can download. So you can see downloadable PDFs here. And then like links with playlist suggestions. These are all just examples of what you could add. And the reason I'm having you check it out on Offering Tree is because I want you to see how it works rather than just being told that it does work. So you can see from the user perspective that you can add these little sections and folders of different modules of things and how you can add them. So this is your little membership starter kit that you should go and download.
Maria's asking, does compression affect video quality greatly? I don't think it does.
Yes and no. The way that I do it, this is such a great, I just talked about this yesterday. The way that I do it with Handbrake, you can set up the settings where you're changing, like even the fact that I'm changing it from a .mov, so a movie file, to a .mp4, keeps the same quality, but for some reason reduces the file size. So I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I compared my original video with the compressed video, and they look so similar that nobody would actually notice. So I'm still, when I compress it it's magic. No, I change it to 30 frames per second. I have a whole settings thing on here. I have a little tutorial on that. Do I need to share that too? Maybe. But yeah, it shouldn't affect it too much is my answer.
Carla's just asking if you want to re-clarify, Ashley, because I think you covered it earlier. Accessing the membership content website with a password, it's asking for a password.
Yeah. Let me open this again, get info.
And then there's a few folks asking for that link that you just mentioned about compression. So I can always share that in the replay email if you want to follow.
I'd have to grab it. It's a Loom video. So it's a video that I have to go grab and get for you because it's nice. It's something that I share with my members in my membership, but I'm happy to share it with you guys too. Because I know it's such a common question.
Great. I can throw that in the replay email for everyone.
Yeah, that would be good. So in the replay, you'll get the link to my little video. It's like 8 minutes on just how I compress videos. So the membership content. So when you access a video on Offering or access something, an online training or whatever it is, from my site or any Offering Tree site, come on, online trainings. There we go. These are called store items. And in order to access them, you do have to add, like this is access for free. It will ask you for an email and a password, because once you put an email and a password, you now can go, it's like you are now a part of this website, and to access it again, you can simply log in on the right side and look at your account to see what you've accessed. So you can look at all the resources and online trainings or whatever, anything you've accessed. So it's asking you to create a login, because this is acting like an online course, basically. It's like saying, hey, you're getting access to this online course, but it's login access only. So you need to create a password, even though it's free. So it's a little different than like an email opt-in where you'll get an email and you get the content. This is actually housed and hosted on Offering Tree. So and it's login based. So that's why when you download the membership starter kit, it'll ask you for a password that you can just type in anything. And if you do use Offering Tree, it's nice. Like I'm making you aware that that's a thing. So anyway, hopefully that explained a little bit.
Cool. Well, thank you, Ashley. Kelly is in the chat saying, you're awesome. Thanks, Ashley. And I concur. You are. Let me just drop a couple of these links back in. So that's in the chat. You can see the discount Offering Tree that you can get through Ashley today. And let me just share the membership content link again.
Oh, yeah. And then if you are wanting to, if you want more, if you want to work with me, if you want to join my awesome community, also ashlesyoga.com/membership. It's a monthly membership where you can join for a year. I also have a lifetime option, but I don't usually promote that one. But it is monthly. And I love, like, people have been there for many, many years. Not because they are not getting much out of it, but just because it's such a great community. So that's another thing as well.
This is fantastic.
Elsa's in it. Yeah, a lot of people. Deanna's in it. We're talking, we chat. Thank you.
So much valuable information. I agree. This was wonderful, Ashley. Thank you, as ever, for coming in and doing a webinar with us and for sharing all of this. It's perfect. Thank you so much. And thanks everybody who's here.
Thank you. Yeah.